Hey, this ain't a drill. Only time I'm playing is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we bout to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. Everyone sick, make them pay with some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. Josh Allen catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing it. Only listen to Keyshawn and Miss. Talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill when we talk about the Bills. Dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill.
What's going on? Welcome back to another live episode of the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I am your co-host, Aramis.
Oh, you done? Because you had a little cadence. I was like,
you was getting to it, right?
There's 40 keys.
I love it. I love it. All right, look, we got a short show here, but an extended presence on Mafia Sports Report. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go right up until 6:15, and then we're going to briefly stop so that we can make a few adjustments and then hop on the pregame show that I usually do with Tommy on his channel. So
He means so I can go to the bathroom.
That too. He's got to make water.
I got a lot of that too. Look at here. Look what I brought.
He ready. He's so ready. This is what happens when you get the day off.
I had to work.
You get to your day job today?
Yeah, I had to work. Yep.
Oh, see, they still get you on Indigenous Peoples Day.
That's all right. I guess I'm not indigenous enough, but whatever.
No, none of us are.
I know. I'll take it. It's fine.
Right. Of course. So two things we got to do. Shoot. Man, I forgot to set up some lights around me and everything.
Billy D, would it be? Lynn, would it be? Schmitty. I already said what's up to you, but hey, you in the chat don't want to say what's up to you anyway. Lynn, would it be like? Tell me something. What you got? Aramis, you are late. I was actually here on time for once. Don't get used to it. But Aramis did almost mess up when he said, "Now we're doing this show at 5, key, not 4:30." I'm like, oh, I got an extra half an hour. Cool. That's the wrong thing to do. When you got me, you don't tell me, you don't tell me the right time, because I'll be getting relaxed. I might sit there a little extra longer. You don't know. So who's ready for some football? Who's ready for it? The Bills in Atlanta today. Now, we're not going to get too far into that on the first half. This is a teaser. You guys do know there's a game today, right? I thought you were going to lead on whatever you had.
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. I just had to make some.
No, you're good. I ain't want to get into something before you.
No, that's cool. Okay, so thank you for giving me a minute to run and hurry up and get back. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start off with the topic of conversation, and then we're gonna I think that's gonna help us transition into what we need to get to from the game perspective today, right? Because a big part of what we need to figure out is what the Bills need to do to win this game. Mm-hmm. This is probably the most pivotal game the Bills will have all season, realistically, because from here on out, it could either go really good or it can go really bad. And I think a lot of it has to do with how the Bills do tonight. So let's get to it. So the first thing I wanted to do, I want to start off with a question, and I want everybody in the chat to answer this. And I also want all of you to be as honest as you can possibly be with yourself and with us. Okay. Now, the question is, are you concerned with the Patriots potentially beating us in the playoffs? I will pose the question to you, sir. And then I have two specific responses that I've written up for if you say yes or if you say no. Okay.
All right. So the question is, am I concerned that we're going to lose to the Patriots in the playoffs?
That we could potentially lose to the Patriots in the playoffs.
Am I concerned? Yes. I am not.
You're not concerned.
I am not concerned.
Why is that?
Because we played possibly the worst game we could have played against the Patriots last time. I think they held a lot of stuff inside that they could have, the
Bills did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they didn't unleash the whole playbook. They took them lightly. I think it was one of those chief deals where, like, we're going to see you again. And they know that they're here to stay. The Patriots are here to stay until the Dolphins or the Jets decide to wake up. And the Bills are saying, you know what, we got to play you again. We're not going to throw 3 interceptions again. We're not going to fumble this many times again. We're going to score 30 points on you guys. we're not going to let Diggs get off on us again. I think also the playoffs. If anything that I've ever said about Josh Allen and McDermott and Bean ever comes to fruition, it's the playoffs, because don't make me right, and damn sure don't make you right about McDermott. If he loses to Vrabel his first year out of was it Tennessee last year?
Yeah,
out of Tennessee.
No, Vrabel was out of the
league last year.
Yeah, I think he was, and then he became the head coach this year.
Yep. So don't make a liar out of McDermott in this process. Don't allow Vrabel to step back into the division after however many years as a player,
right?
And then however many years he was absent, to just say, you know what, it's mine now. Don't do it. It's not time. It's not time.
So I guess if I'm understanding you correctly,
here she go, Dorothy. No, Diggs can't catch in the playoffs. Of course.
Okay. All right. So you're saying you're not worried, right? Is it safe to say that basically the result of the Patriots game really doesn't matter because we think they'll win in the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if that's the case, this would be my response to that, right? So
he has canned responses for this. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, I knew it was going to come.
It's like reading one of those books, the adventure books, where like you decide which way you want to go.
I've known you almost 20 years. I know where it's coming.
All right. So if you're saying that the game essentially really doesn't mean that much for whatever reason, either we held back or it's just a regular season game, whatever the case may be. If it means nothing, if a regular season loss means nothing, okay, how important can a regular season win be?
For me, you'll love this answer. Because
Okay,
I said in the last show, I don't care about the regular season anymore. The playoffs are a foregone conclusion to me.
Exactly.
So I couldn't care less until we get to that point. But I don't want to say it means nothing, because obviously you have to win some games in order to get to. You got to win. You have to have
a certain record in order to make it to the playoffs.
Right.
That's the significance of the games in general.
So you got to win your division. So if it was okay, so let me rephrase. Not because it's the Patriots, but let me rephrase. Not even to knock you off your point, but if it's not in a division, even an AFC game, it's not as weighted as much as a division game to me. So
agreed.
So I think to your point, it matters only because it's a division game, not because of the Patriots, not because we lost to them, but because it matters directly towards us getting to where we want to get to.
Okay. So my point in asking this, and thank you for that, right? Because I think that's most people's sentiments when they think about moving on from this loss, right? They think of it as, okay, it's a bad loss, but. And the second they hit that but, it basically, and this is in general in communication, anytime you say something and then say but, it basically erases everything you said before you say but.
I'm about to contradict myself.
Right, exactly. So the idea here is, if you're saying no to this question, how do you justify reaching a place? And I'm not saying you specifically, right. I'm saying the people that do this. How do you get to a playoff loss and say, we'll just come back next season, right? Because the idea is, well, this loss didn't mean that much because what? Most people in the chat are saying we'll beat them in the playoffs, right? We'll beat them when it matters. So if the idea is we think these games are less significant than the games that actually matter, which are the games in the playoffs, then why are we so unwilling to criticize the Bills for their postseason performance? Because what happens is we get so bent out of shape when people complain about the team, and we cite the regular season wins, and we cite all the statistics from the regular season, and we talk about all these different scenarios that the Bills have been in, records that Josh Allen has broken in the regular season, right? But we so easily dismiss losses in the regular season. So why should the wins mean so much more than a loss in the regular season, right? Even though there's not many of them, they still matter because they speak to how your team is able to be beaten, especially in the playoffs, right? So the idea that we are looking at this Patriots game and we are saying to ourselves, it doesn't. We can put this behind us. It doesn't matter. We'll get it fixed, and we'll beat them in the playoffs because we just don't believe that this team is capable of doing it. Well, doesn't the percentage increase if they've done it already in our house, which is most likely where the game will be, right? So the contradiction happens in the lack of depth of thought, right? I'll try to rephrase that to make it more palatable.
Okay.
The idea of us making a regular season loss less significant for the sake of thinking ahead to the playoffs and thinking we'll be fine in the playoffs, really it puts more onus on us as the fan when we don't win in the playoffs to be responsible and say something about it and make a complaint against the people who are responsible.
Yeah, I think the euphoria of it all is what gets people when they think about the noise. They say crowd noise ramps up in the postseason. They say, they play harder in the postseason. It's higher stakes.
Yeah.
In all actuality, that's all fan talk. Even if the players say it, they don't really mean it, because when you're in a zone, you don't remember playing the game.
Yeah.
When you're in a zone, you don't hear anything. When you're in a zone, the game is over before you even start. It's like, I put my pads on, I'm taking them off. What happened? Did we win? Damar Hamlin, did we win? So it's like, okay. And then when you think about the Patriots game, was it not a packed house? Probably. Were you saying they weren't loud back then? You can't get much louder than it already was.
Right.
Drake May and them coming into Buffalo on silent counts and already having the walkthrough, if you will, for the postseason is everything for them. That's the momentum. So it's fan talk when they say it's a different atmosphere, because it's really not.
Right. ATL says, what if New England doesn't make it to the playoffs? I can bring this up here. It says, so this question specifically is not the point was not surrounded around the Patriots.
It's because that's the only loss they had this year. That's
exactly. Right. So if we had 4 losses, I could choose from any of the 4 teams and make the same point. The idea is any loss that we suffer in the regular season needs to be considered with a decent amount of depth of thought, because any way that we get beat in the regular season is not fluky. It's a team's best shot, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have something happen like what happened and I don't even know if I can confidently say, what happened in the Jets game is fluky. You know what I'm saying? Because the Jets defense played hard. They played to win. They tried to win the game playing defense. Offensively, I don't know what the heck the game plan was, which brings me to my next point. They are now 0-5. The Jets are.
Okay.
Right? And what people thought was going to be a change in culture and, a kind of a new start for the Jets franchise, I think both of us thought, like, your quarterback is not going to allow you to do that, right? So let's keep that in mind, right? And then let's also add into that now the fact that Brian Callahan of the Titans is fired today for going 1-5 with Cam Ward, right? This head coach had 6 chances in the NFL to prove that he could field a competent team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think there's anybody in national media that's looking at Cam Ward and how he played and saying that's the reason that the coach gets fired, because he's played well, right? Even as a rookie, he's made some big time throws, right? And I still haven't, found out what the actual reason was for him getting fired specifically, like what the exact reason is. And they may or may not come out with that. But the point is, this is a guy that came in with a specific game plan. That game plan didn't work out. And instead of wasting time trying to see if it'll potentially work or trying to be patient with the process, they said, you know what we have on the field and what we're hearing from our players in the locker room, they're not vibing with your message. They're not vibing with your process. This ain't really working out. We're going to have to go in a different direction. And then you put out a statement after 6 games, right? Now, my question to you would be, is that an egregious move by the new general manager or the owner or whoever made this decision?
No. I mean, when you have a game plan, you have standards. You want to adhere to your standards. It is what it is. I mean, as far as even going to NBA 2K or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you select your team, it comes with a set of standards. It comes with the owner's expectations. It comes with what they value. And if the owner sees that you don't come in lockstep with what he values, what he expects, you should make the move fast. Especially when you dump the number 1 overall pick into a quarterback who said we're ass. He said that verbatim. So anybody that
might explain why the head coach got fired.
Yeah, I mean, when you sink your money, your investment into the number 1 overall, and he says after what, like 2-3 games.
Yeah.
You
ain't got control of the locker room if your quarterback is coming out and saying
right,
that.
and he's still playing, and he's playing like yeah. Laura wants you to say the Jets are 0-6.
I'm sorry, the Jets are 0-6.
She said, say it with your chest.
0-6.
Yeah, I mean, she's like hearing that 0. I mean, honestly, it's like it's the Jets, so it's like whatever. I don't even know or care about them. Never did, honestly. I just always couldn't stand the Jets ever.
Yeah, and that's fair. I just what bothers me about the Jets is a lot of the same stuff that bothered me during the drought. Is that we had some players on our teams back in the drought that were like, these are if they've got a real shot with a real quarterback and played in some more big time games or had a chance to get in front of national TV, these guys might be superstars the way with how good they are. You know what I'm saying? And we never got a chance to get that recognition for them back then, right? And more importantly for the logo, right? So seeing teams like the Jets and the Titans, who the Titans have Jeffrey Simmons and Calvin Ridley, both elite players in the NFL, and they get no burn. Why? Because
they're the Titans,
right? And the Jets, same deal. Sauce Gardner gets the bag. Friggin' Wilson, who's a great young receiver and has never had a quarterback his whole career. I feel so bad for that dude.
I don't. Didn't he just resign?
Yeah.
Should have came on over.
I mean, what was he supposed to say? He was still in his rookie contract.
Yo, I'm not resigning.
I guess.
What are the Bills doing? He's like, y'all can't talk to me, but I can talk to you. What y'all doing?
Nah, Roy, I'm not secretly bashing anybody.
EJ Manuel
sucks.
Dang.
EJ Manuel sucks.
No, he's a great commentator for the ACC.
There you go. A wonderful TV personality. Do not care for him in the Bills red, white, and blue.
10 out of 10 smile. He's good. He's fine. He got $1 million plus. He's all set. All
right. So the next thing I wanted to get to.
I was gonna touch on somebody talking about Miami. Miami needs to get rid of that little nerd. Now, okay.
Where is it?
Snarl. So this is the interesting thing I heard. Tua goes up there and starts bashing the accountability and third. But McDaniel says that the team has done everything he's asked them to do so far. So the locker room is in shambles. The players don't even know who. What I heard was that they're not showing up to player only meetings. They're showing up to team meetings, but not player only meetings.
Who is?
Players. Like, so Tua said we have a lack of accountability in Miami, lack of accountability, lack of cohesion, all this stuff. McDaniel's like, I don't know what he's talking about. They come to their practices, they come to the team meetings, but when it's a players only meeting, they don't show up.
So it's really an issue with Tua.
It's really Tua and or other players. They just hate each other.
The captains are. Yeah.
They just hate each other. That's all that is.
Wow.
So that's deep.
that's very deep. Mike McDaniel can't fix that.
No, I don't think anybody can.
He out of there.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And the first thing you need to do is get rid of Tyreek Hill and guys like that, because he's the one putting fuel on the fire, especially being out. He said whatever he wants because he knows he might not come back. He knows it might not be able to happen. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna unload.
They might as well just let him go right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, how'd your surgery go? Oh, good. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah. Listen, you're cut. Click.
Yeah. Yep. How's the body? Oh, you're cut. Click.
Oh my gosh. All right, we got to move.
Yep.
All right. So the next order of business, let's get to the game, right? Because one of the things that I wanted to do is show how the Falcons use Bijan Robinson, because
I was excited. Is this your thumbnail?
Yes.
I need this.
Yeah. So,
I need all of this.
So my main key to winning this game, right, is Cook has to be more of a weapon in the passing game. He absolutely has to be the focal point of the offense, I think, going forward in general.
I'm
right?
sitting here like in a battle royal. I'm sitting here like, like we battle rapping. Because I got a lot of stuff brewing inside me, boy. A lot of stuff brewing inside me right now, boy. And I got some controversial stuff. The first thing I'm gonna say is gonna be very controversial. Y'all might hate me. I don't care.
Oh, snap. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's get to some film stuff real quick.
See how I'm being censored? He don't want y'all to stop watching. That's what this is. Do your film. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say the statement now and put your film on.
All right, let's do it. Go ahead.
Bijan Robinson is not better than James Cook. Said it. Next.
Man, that's strong. That is strong.
And I got proof.
You got proof?
I got proof.
Okay. I mean, to be perfectly honest, the way we're seeing the Falcons use Bijan, it really. Go ahead.
Fire Joe Brady. I watched.
Whoa!
No. But no, the reason why I say that is this. This is Sweat. You'll like this. This is why I say this. If you watch the Falcons, if we had that system in Buffalo, you think we wouldn't be killing it right now? Kyle Pitts. Could you imagine Kincaid as Kyle Pitts?
Okay, you know what? I got a specific play I want to show.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This play right here.
It's written down.
This is why. Let me share this screen here, and people will be able to see exactly what you're talking about. Let's go here. Let's share this one. Right.
Roy said, "Get it going, guys. Time he's expecting you on his show tonight. He wants to talk about Singletary. He does. I know he does."
All right, it is this one. Yep, perfect. Okay, let's get to now. Watch it. Now, listen. This is just a screen. It's just a plain screen. Watch how they do it.
I'm sizzling right now, but go ahead. Y'all should never made me start watching football.
Watch this.
Oh, you can't. They can't. I don't think they can see it.
They can't see it.
I don't think so. Because
Seriously,
Dan just knocked on the.
It's not playing. Oh, okay. All right.
You got to come up with a different knock then, because I got worried.
All right, so I'm gonna back it up right to the motion here. All right, so this number 34 is gonna come back over this.
Who's number 34? I'll see it. Buffalo Bills former draft pick Ray McLeod. Continue.
You are on fire today, bro. I love it.
I should never watch the Atlanta and Washington game.
All right, here we go. He's coming back. All right, now watch this. Look at all that space. That's a 24-yard gain. Now,
you see how you said that?
James Cook couldn't do that?
No, Brady can't do that. Design this.
Yeah.
Make this happen. I mean, yeah. I watched the Washington game, which was the last game. I think they had a bye last week, which is ridiculous. They had a bye that early. But I watched the Washington game. Bijan Robinson is running routes. He's running actual routes. What does James Cook do? He goes out in the flats, or he has that little intermediate sit down where he just sits there. And Josh ain't throwing that ball. We've shown it over and over and over again. Josh don't throw that ball. So if you want you want Josh Palmer to get involved? You want Elijah Moore to get involved? No, you just paid this dude less than market value, and you're using him more to do the same stale BS.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson is not as fast as James Cook.
Right.
Bijan Robinson, he gets hit. James Cook averages less yards before contact than Bijan. He averages more yards after contact than Bijan. So what I tell you, he averages 7.5 rushes per broken tackle. Bijan 8. It's the same guy,
basically.
But people are lauding this dude and saying this dude that we got don't deserve 15 mil. Your own people be that way.
That's how Buffalo be.
Be your own folk. And guess what? I just said James Cook is faster than Bijan, right?
Yes.
Where does Bijan always run?
In the
outside the tackles.
Yeah.
How often does James Cook run outside the tackles?
Not much at all.
Never. Yeah. He's always. What are we really doing here? What are we doing? You got a guy that you never played. It was a gadget guy who you make do stuff that a bell cow back does. Yeah. Use his speed. Make it easy for him every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. There's so many different things. Watch this.
I'm sorry, I commented.
No, you're good. You're good. Mm-hmm. So here we go. So check this out.
Mm-hmm.
So Bijan is right here, lined up
as a tight
end. Okay.
Who's their OC? Do you know? Who's their OC?
Zach Taylor.
Oh yeah, Zach Taylor. He's from Oklahoma State. That's right.
He is the head coach of the Bengals' brother.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I just know him as Oklahoma State quarterback.
You can tell from the offense they run. They run similar systems because Taylor is it Zach Taylor? Anyway, the Taylor in Cincinnati runs a lot of shotgun stuff, and so does Atlanta.
That's Zach Taylor.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So Zach Taylor is in. So I don't know what Taylor, the offensive coordinator in Atlanta's first name is, but that's Zach Taylor's brother. But anyway, so here we go. So we got Bijan Robinson lined up as a tight end, right? Now watch how simple this play is, right? Here we go. Very simple. You're gonna chip.
Wide open. Penix missed him.
Nope, you got him.
Boy, he hit him late, but
yeah,
he knew where he was going.
That's a 4-yard gain, easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4-yard gain, easily.
James Cook can't block though.
Look, there he is, right here. Little fake chip. He's supposed to get that ball out.
That's what I'm saying. He was way late.
Yep.
He would have turned that upfield.
Right. So imagine Josh Allen being able to get the ball to James Cook in that setting against the linebackers of the Falcons, who not that great at coverage. Diablo's probably their best coverage guy. Ellis is more of a, blitzer, shoot the gap, type of playmaker in that sense. They're both decent in pass coverage, but against a guy like Cook with that kind of speed and vision, getting him in the open field when you got wide receivers that are willing to block downfield, like, what are we talking about? I got one more play I want to show.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I'm receiving all this.
Oh, I love it. All right, let's share this last screen here. All right, and this is Bijan in the backfield here. Let's watch this play unfold. Easy peasy. Easy peasy.
I need to see James Cook drop a whole bunch of balls before they stop doing this kind of stuff. I need to see it.
This is easy pitch and catch to get your second best player on offense the ball in space. Like, that's a 4-yard play. You can do that. You can do that on 4th and 1. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the QB sneak, you could do that. What's the play that we always see the Chiefs do? We see the Chiefs run that fake handoff and roll to the right. Mahomes will roll to the right, and he's got like 3 options. He could either run it, pass it short, or pass it deep. Every single time, that's what they run. Right? Why not throw simple stuff like this into the fold so that your best players have a chance to make great plays? This is what we need to be doing in order to beat teams easily. And that's the idea. We need to make it easy for the players. But instead of doing that, we want to focus on our X's and O's and our system and our.
They couldn't see it. They couldn't see that last play.
Oh, okay, my bad. I'll bring it up again. That ain't a big deal.
Yeah, I got him riled up, and I ran this show off the rails here. I apologize. I usually don't get that spirited, but you talk about cooking and what he can't do. It just kind of takes me to another level of insanity. Bless you there, sir. That fan is tearing you in half.
Oh, no, it's not the fan. It's I don't know what it is. The air is getting drier or something now.
You need some of this here.
Yeah, I might. I got a little bit in this bottle here. All right, so I think this is it here. Yeah, this is it. All right, let me share the screen. It's freaking hot in the studio, though. I need that fan. Okay, share, enlarge, bring it up. Okay, can everybody see that? And spin, shut it. Flat out, because a lot of the pass plays.
Oh, he about to do it now. He trying to get me. Nope. I know what he's trying to do. I know what he wants to do.
A lot of the pass plays that we saw thrown to Cook 2 years ago were passes that really should have been to wide receivers. Like, to ask a running back to make those kind of catches, and I know we saw Ty Johnson do it a couple of times. That doesn't necessarily mean that Ty Johnson is a better weapon in the pass game. That just means you got to do a better job of putting Cook in a position to do what he does best. Get him the ball in a simple way. Let him make the plays. When you hand him the ball off for him to run the ball, you don't make him spin in the backfield or make Josh Allen do some weird quirky stuff just to get the ball to him. So why put Cook in a position to have to catch over the shoulder? Running backs aren't used to doing that. They don't do it very much in college either.
Those are the ones you drop.
Exactly. Is over the shoulder passes. Yep. So let's not try and pretend like Cook doesn't have hands or can't run routes.
Nah, Spin just doesn't want to hear us talking to you on
exactly.
Tommy's show.
Exactly.
That's all. He's trying to draw this out. Denied. Right.
I'm gonna play this and hopefully you guys can see it. Let me see if it's playing. Yeah, it is. All right. So the idea here is you're just very simply, you fake the handoff, get it to your running back in space, and that's an easy first down, right? Let's go to the tight copy. Very easy. Here's your running back. This is Bijan right here. Just pretend this is Cook and Allen, right? You got your speed motion round or end around fake. Get it to him in space. Easy
Spin, you
first
see how
down.
you hit him in the chest? See how you hit him in the chest, Spin, not over his shoulder?
Let's see it again.
Watch again. Watch it slowly, Spin. Chest. Boom. See how it right there?
Look at where that is.
That's not the one that James Cook dropped. James Cook drops him over his shoulder. Yes, he does.
Easy stuff. Everything that they're doing with Bijan Robinson makes it seem as though Bijan Robinson is this mythical creature that racks up all these yards, when realistically the offensive coordinator is doing his damn thing.
Yeah.
He's just putting his players in a position to play well.
1 out of 6 he dropped over his shoulder. No, it wasn't. It wasn't just one. But no, I didn't. We had it up on the screen, so I couldn't see what you said about throwing the ball to Cook more. So I was just messing with you. But
they lost 30-0 in that game, Lynn. Like the Falcons did. The Falcons lost 30-0 in that game.
The game we just watched.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
The Falcons got blown out 30-0 in that game. Mm-hmm. So we can't say it was against the Carolina Panthers. Last year, the Carolina Panthers had the number 2 defense. We can't say it's the Carolina Panthers as if they suck. Sorry, go ahead.
Steve said if Kincaid can't go line up Coleman in the slot and have 2 tight ends with both Johnson and Cook in the backfield, who's going out for a catch? Who's the outlet? Who's shipping? Exactly. So you can't do that. You know why? Because in that case, then you got to figure out how you're going to cool off to see if you can put Knox back in there or Kincaid, because you can't take nobody's spot. If Coleman has a revelation, if Coleman goes 15 for 187 and 3 touchdowns, they'll be like,
that's enough.
Gotta sit him down.
He ate too much. He took everybody else's
full.
food.
His cover runneth over.
You obese bastard. Get out of here.
Yeah. I mean, but let me hit this here. SDB and Lynn. I know that we're not saying that they or no, SDB, I think he's saying Carolina's beat Cowboys, and Lynn says the Panthers suck. It's not about the Panthers, it's just about the play construct. That's what it is, about the play structure. If you watch anything that they do with Bijan, like, they value what they have. They covet what they have. They know what they have. And it's not about doing what they want to do. It's about doing what suits him the best. You know, and it has yet to really not work. As opposed to the Buffalo Bills, where you say, okay, James Cook, we don't want you to be a bell cow back. We want you to be a change. Oh, wait. You're better than Singletary. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in Ty Johnson and make you, oh, wait. You're taking his role. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and draft Ray Davis. Oh, wait, he can't even see the field anymore. Mm-hmm. We're gonna try to stack the cards against you and not give you what you need to be good. We're gonna give you what you need to stay on our team, and that's it. We're gonna give you what you need, just enough to get $11 million.
Yep,
that's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna give you what you the sky's limit treatment. We're gonna give you just enough to make us viable and make Josh better.
Spin trying hard, man. He's trying hard. He's trying hard. He's fully confident Cook can get a 98-yard reception just as long as the ball is thrown on the 1-yard line. Okay.
I like that. Yeah. So he's going to be taking down 1 yard short. Whatever.
Listen, if that happens, It will be the longest play from scrimmage in the NFL when it happens. And I'm not saying in history, I mean for the season, right? So far this season, that'll be the longest play from scrimmage. And Cook will own that record until somebody else breaks it, which is highly unlikely. I'm fine with it. If that's what it takes, that's what it takes. The idea is just get the ball in his hands in an easy way and let him make plays.
Because the Bills will then turn around and hand the ball out to him. He'll be in the end zone for a touchdown.
That's it. All right, what you got for us, bro?
Let's see. I heard on the radio earlier today.
This should be good.
We're not going to go ahead and talk about the Bills and all they're spreading the ball around and doing all these good things. It's EGE, man. EGE.
Oh, God, no.
EGE, baby.
No, I heard about that.
Everybody got to eat. Xavier Worthy, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, at first, Jeremy White and Joe DiBiase are like, you got to be kidding. I'm like,
yeah.
But then I thought about it. I said, why is it to be them? Why do they have to have EGE? Because they're the team that's going to have the T-shirts in the playoffs to say EGE, and they're going to beat us their own game. When they have Rashee Rice, they have Pacheco, they have Kelsey, they have Hollywood Brown and Worthy and EGE. That's the EGE I want.
Yeah.
I want that. I don't need the Chiefs. I don't want to hear nobody say, go be a Chiefs fan. No.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, what I'm demonstrating for you guys is when you say everybody, it ain't got to be a whole bunch of average guys or a whole bunch of decent guys.
Right.
Everybody can eat. How about this? Bump all that EGE. Everybody eat all that BS. How about we just say, get open, you get the ball?
Hollywood Brown, first round pick. Rashee Rice, second round pick. Xavier Worthy, first round pick. Tyquan Thornton was a fourth or fifth?
I have to look it up.
Somewhere around there. I think Tyquan Thornton was a fourth or fifth round pick. He might have been earlier for either the Patriots or the Saints drafted in one of those two teams. But yeah, I mean, that's more everybody eats than wherever Josh Palmer was drafted and Keon Coleman playing out of position and Dalton Kincaid, forcefully only getting 6 targets in a game where he is dominating the opponent, the opposition, and James Cook basically shut out of that game.
And yeah, to your point, Thornton was second round pick and Travis Kelce third round pick. That's where everybody eats.
Tyquan Thornton was a second round pick. My God. Every last one of their top 4 receivers is first or second round picks.
And then their tight end is his third round pick.
Wow, bro. Coleman is the highest pick we have.
The wide receiver.
At wide receiver. Curtis Samuel is what? Second round pick?
Curtis Samuel.
He might have been third.
What was Elijah Moore? Curtis Samuel.
Elijah Moore was a second round pick.
Okay, so.
But he ain't even playing.
Exactly. Curtis Samuel, second round pick. Keon Coleman, second round pick. Elijah Moore, second round pick. Khalil Shakir is fourth round pick.
Fourth round pick, yep. And Josh Palmer.
Let me look that up.
Josh Palmer might be a third. No, he might be a second too.
Josh Palmer's third.
Third, okay. So the highest, it's crazy. We don't use Elijah Moore or Curtis Samuel as like real receivers, go out and run routes consistently. We got to do a bunch of gadget stuff with Samuel and Moore all the time.
And what I said, did I say Shakir is fifth or fourth? Okay, he's fifth.
Yep. Oh, he's fifth. Yeah. Oh, wow. Even better. Our best receiver is a fifth round pick.
But see that? Okay, so I didn't.
The one the scouts picked, by the way. The scouts picked is the best receiver.
This is where you're right. No, you're right. Spin.
For real?
And honestly, Spin, and that's the thing. People like Spin. Spin is a troll, but Spin, I'm like, let me fact check when Spin says something. Like, I don't, because I respect that, and I want people to understand it because I don't want people to get the wrong determination or interpretation of Spin. He knows his stuff. He just likes to get on your nerves, and I'm cool with that.
Correct.
But yeah, I mean, you're talking about a fifth round pick who doesn't even get used correctly. The fifth round pick who could play inside, outside. A fifth round pick that will afford you to move Coleman inside.
Exactly.
A fifth round pick that will afford you to have drafted Ladd McConkey and put him inside. But instead, you got to typecast this slot. Like, this is not Taron Johnson. This guy has the size to be outside. He has the speed to be outside. He has the agility to be outside. The hands to be outside. What are we doing?
Right.
But then people say, you guys are negative. I just want to know, what are we doing?
Right.
Because
it's not like and this is the part that like bothers me the most. When you think about our complaining about the use of Shakir, that's the most positive thing you could say about a guy like Shakir is, why is he only being used in this way? He can do so much more. That's such a high praise for a receiver that he can play multiple positions. He can play all over the field and do whatever he wants wherever he is.
Yeah, and they're saying Kincaid's out. Kincaid's not playing.
We're done.
No, we're not.
We're done.
Spencer, you heard it here. I know my ass McDermott is to go to fire. Okay, Spence, settle down. Settle down, Spence.
Oh my gosh.
No. I mean, it's Hawes. Jackson. You know, this thing about Jackson Hawes, I need to see what he is. I don't put anything. We just saw Kincaid start to flourish.
Yep.
Jackson Hawes is not Kincaid. He's not. I don't think he's Dawson Knox. However, I think he's a viable guy. And what are we talking about? We're talking about a team that runs 11 personnel. We're talking about a team that just do it.
If you go back and look at the plays where Jackson Hawes made a play,
right,
those were schemed routes where he was schemed open again. He was schemed into one-on-one coverage, and Josh put the ball where only he could get it.
But the funny part is, why are you doing it for him but not for Keon Coleman?
That's what I was exactly trying to get to. That's the exact
brains.
That's
our
it.
Brains.
That's it, boy. We right there. but that's the point. If you can do it for Shakir, most of anything that Shakir does is all schemed open. Right, you usually let Kincaid just win one-on-one. You don't really scheme his stuff. Coleman's always got to win one-on-one with his fade routes and his slants.
Right.
But everything you do for Shakir is schemed open. Everything that you've done so far for Jackson Hawes is schemed open. And yet these are our perceived studs that we've drafted. Like, you got to understand the difference and the nuance of how these players are being used before you just categorize these guys as, oh my God, we got stars and studs. Shakir is the real stud right here.
Yes.
He should be allowed to do whatever he wants to do, right?
Yeah.
Here's the other question I wanted to ask you.
Shut up, Nate. Shut up. Mr. Cycle Sync too.
Oh God. Wait, where is it?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
So the alerts from Josh Allen. Usually when that happens, there are two plays called in the huddle. And when you hear them, alert, that is a check to whatever the second play was or whatever the other play, you know, that was called in the huddle. Now, what I'm noticing is usually when they go alert, it's not a run, right? It's most likely a pass play. And my question to you would be, based on what you've seen so far, is it possible that some of these, let's call two plays and allow Josh to alert us out of you know, whichever one he doesn't like, is Josh getting too caught up in changing the play, trying to be flexible and do what he wants to do on the field? Or is he kind of being boxed in a little bit too much? I'm
glad you said that, because it's not going to deviate from what we're talking about, but it segues to another point I had. Well, people are complaining about the lack of explosive plays this year. Now, I of course, you know me, I had to go look.
Of course.
You know, we have explosive plays. I think we're like 6 in 6 explosive plays. What that is 20 yards or more. Mostly passes, 4 runs, 2 from Josh, 2 from James Cook. But believe it or not, one of the explosive plays was that Trubisky pass, the 32-yarder. Now, this is where I'm drawing back to your point. Josh Allen, for all the good things he's good at, all the good things that he's great at, all the good things he's elite at, deep passes is not one of them. He's just not good at it.
Yeah.
And when he's alerting, how do we jump on Brady and say Josh isn't like, nah? We don't know. I mean, he could possibly be saying, you know, but at the same time, I was like, I don't like that deep pass. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna check down to something a little more restrictive. So without knowing the call, without knowing what he's switching to with all certainty and when he's switching it, I had something, I'm not going to go through it, but I had something to compare him to past Bills quarterbacks and past and his peers right now. And right now he has alerted, he's audible out of, he's switched from a lot of more players than pretty much anybody that that we're comparing him to. So this is when people say Josh doesn't like this offense. I'm like, what is this offense?
Right.
And when I step back and think about it, I'm like, I can't say this is Brady. This is me. I mean, sure it is, because you have things you can pick from, but also McDermott. It's like, this is like, I'm not going to go biblical. Actually, I'm not going to go biblical, but this is like, if you know what I mean, McDermott is the lowercase s, but Josh is the capital J. And when in the biblical terms, they say lowercase g is everybody else who says you're a God, but you're really not. There's one God, the capital G. So Josh is the capital J, and Sean is lowercase s. So he's down there. He's right there, the next in the pecking order.
Yeah.
But there's one person that he can't overrule, because Pagula's already said, here's your check. And we know Pagula loves his money.
Yeah.
So Josh, have at it. Brady, we know we don't have the tools to run an air raid. We know that. Right. So that's not what he's calling.
Right.
But how do we know that he's not trying to send Coleman down deep, more often? How do we know that he's not trying to getting Palmer some other kind of route? So we don't know.
And conversely, real quick, how do we know that Brady isn't calling the deeper plays and Josh is checking to the shorter stuff?
That's it.
Based on the coverages, based on what the safeties are showing, because the safeties are always going to show we're not letting you go over the top. They're not going to disguise that at all. They don't even want to take that chance.
And I don't know if you guys know who we're playing today, but there's a safety that I may have said I wanted a couple times.
It's possible.
Xavier Watts. I don't know. Did you see the interception he had against Washington? It was a Micah Hyde.
Stay with me now.
It was a Micah Hyde level play. The one where he thought he had the catch, and then it was a touchdown. He robbed the guy of the touchdown. Came across the field, just took it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're missing. See,
he's playing next to one of the best safeties in the NFL right now.
And he's a box safety. Wow.
And yet he's making plays.
I digress. So to answer your point, to answer the question about have there been any practice squad call-ups for the absence of Dalton Kincaid, what if it's Poyer?
I think it is
tight. It's going to be Poyer, but I'd be tight because we don't even know we have in Hancock.
Right.
We have no idea what we have in that guy. We got him against Michael Penix. Michael Penix is not the deep threat. He's not going to throw deep.
Right.
Let Hancock get his feet wet today.
Right.
Even if you platoon him.
The best deep threat that the Falcons have is Mooney, and he's not playing.
He's not playing. Right.
So they're going to keep, everything is going to be horizontal. They're not going vertical. Right. No.
Yeah,
and the crazy part is they don't really have to.
Right.
The speed they have and the scheme that they have and what they can do with Ray McLeod is inactive tonight too.
Oh, they're screwed. They're screwed.
Wow. So let me just read the inactives right quick.
Big game Gabe. No, Gabe is still, I think, on practice squad IR, I believe. Jimmy Charlo's hurt. Well, good thing we got the trainer guys. He can bring him back right away.
Yeah, exactly. Bring him back right away. Good thing we got Balin Spector in the house.
Oh,
come in and play that backup role.
Laura said it is for you.
Yeah.
Which
we had a feeling they were
on the surface I'm fine with, but why? I mean, it's like he's not going to play.
They got to be trolling too.
Nah, well, I just answered that one. Big game Gabe.
Okay.
McDermott, no, what he's kind of trolling, but I don't know if you saw the article I saw. McDermott has alluded to the fact that if and when Gabe is ready, he can be elevated. So
to do what? Special teams?
I guess because he's never done it, but he's gonna have to.
Yeah, I mean, he damn well better learn.
Well, this is where it gets sticky. Because oh god, I can't believe I'm going to say this.
Oh, you're going to sub him in for Josh Palmer, aren't you?
No. If we're such a heavy run team now, oh god.
You need a bucket?
He's one of the best blocking wide receivers out there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is Poyer playing special? I don't want Poyer. It is not even Poyer. I don't need Poyer to even play. I really don't. That's the gotcha. It hurts. It hurts because the things that this could open up is not what they're going to actually do with any of it.
ATL Poe don't play special teams.
At his big age of 32 or whatever.
Yeah, he's not running that much.
And that's exactly it. They said, George, he's like, Poe don't play special teams. That's what he said. Poe don't do that.
Poe. If you know Poe don't do that.
And that's exactly what he said, verbatim.
Steve said Hancock can be a weapon that can be used as a safety or a slot corner. You can confuse the offense with how you use and switch him.
See, this could be the game where Babbage could have a ball. He can make a name for himself today.
Yeah.
Because you have Michael Penix, who is slow to read the field. We've seen that. He doesn't push the ball downfield. We've seen that. And if you confuse him, throw him some odd looks, some simulated pressures,
yep,
you can have a ball today.
Yep.
You have a ball. But it's up to him to do it. If you want to slide back and be scary, do that. But you're gonna look as boring as you've been looking.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me see. Okay, so it looks like what's the guy's name? Offensive coordinator Mike McCoy is going to be the interim head coach for the Titans for the rest of the season.
Mike McCoy.
What he was the head coach of the Rams the Chargers at one point, wasn't he?
Mike McCoy.
I'm pretty sure he was a head coach.
I got to look this up because he was something.
Yep. Okay, so
McCoy.
we got like 10 minutes left. What other thoughts did you have on the game before we get out of here?
On the game? Okay. Hold on one second. Real quick.
Yep,
he was Chargers. Yep. Okay. Chargers from 2013 until 2016.
That's what I thought.
Let me pull it real quick. Thoughts on the game. I think this is a game that we really need to look at Greg Rousseau. This could be a big game for him because he's going against a backup right tackle. And they like running outside the tackles, and this is his wheelhouse. So what you're looking at right now is the opportunity to see Bijan get cut off on outside and have to think on his feet. You know, obviously he's a human pogo stick. He's got agility out of this world, and I would really covet that if we didn't have James Cook agility as well. We see him finding the holes that don't exist. You know, but I think also on top of that, this team, Atlanta, is a team that can be burned very easily because they have they're the number one team in the league in blitz percentage, but they're not even in the top, I think they're top 15 in quarterback hurries, quarterback hits. They're not high end. They have 6 more sacks than we do, and we're one of the lower blitzing teams. So they have 46, we have 40. I think everybody's lauding their young front four, which I love. A row, which I don't like saying because I don't know how many rows go in there. They got Walker, they got my boy James Pierce, and Brandon Dorless, which I liked last year out of Oregon, I believe.
Okay.
And Billy D, I saw your question. I'll talk to you later about that because we can do college. We just can't do it right now. But hit me up. I think A told you hit me up on just find me.
Yeah. I think when I sent him your info, he was like something to the effect of okay, cool, I hit him up.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he no boy at it. Yeah, he just I know, right? No row. But I mean, you're looking at a front four who is twitchy, who's dangerously quick, fast, long, but our offensive line is actually pretty good. You got to look at who they played against. You know, they played J.J. McCarthy. They played against Baker Mayfield, Marcus Mariota, and Bryce Young. Those are the 4 quarterbacks they played before us. So Josh Allen, our offensive line versus anybody not named Baker Mayfield on this list is laughable. So I don't glean anything from the past games that might carry into this one. They can try if they want to.
Yeah, I
welcome it, but we have, I think, in my mind, we have too many weapons on this team that we should be using at least differently, if anything.
Yeah, I think overall this game is really going to come down to our offensive line versus their blitz packages, right? There was a stat I heard this morning that the Falcons blitz 43% of the time, which is the highest in the NFL right now, and we've seen some big time miscommunications happen with the offensive line, namely with David Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's any kind of confusion, it's not like our receivers can, bust coverage that fast. You know what I'm saying? So we're realistically, we're looking at a situation where again, part of the reason I put a lot of the focus on Cook that I did is because that's the way you protect Josh, is getting Cook those easy looks in the passing game, getting him going in the run game. That is what eliminates the blitz, essentially, right? You're getting the ball out too quick for the blitz to matter. Now what? Eventually, they're just going to stop blitzing.
Yep.
Because what you're doing is working against the blitz. Once they start doing that, now you can open up your playbook on offense and start to incorporate some more things. Kincaid being hurt in this game hurts a lot because their linebackers are not great in coverage.
I actually like it. I like it.
Why is that?
Because stay with me now.
Stay with me now.
Because coming off of Kincaid, a big game from Kincaid, we've seen him. So we know they're focused on him. They don't have faith in Keon Coleman. They don't have faith in Shakir. They don't have faith in, because we told them not to. But now they're Kincaid's out, their whole game plan. Like it's like when we played against Aaron Rodgers and he blew his Achilles out and we lost to Zach Wilson. He's not good. We just didn't have any clue we didn't prepare for that.
Right.
It's like sometimes the gift and the curse for a team is when somebody gets hurt in a situation, in a premium player like that, and your whole game plan was to shut them down. Now it's like, now what? Because what we plan for the Bills to do is going to be different than what they're actually going to do now because their main guy is gone.
Yeah.
So I like it. Billy D. Keon Coleman on Crusher. I wonder where that idea comes from. Maybe from the fact last year I told you guys that he's going to be the guy to go to when the play breaks down that we saw against Baltimore. He took over in Baltimore. What happened to him since? Is he hurt? I think not.
Nope. He actually doesn't get hurt. I know he hurt his wrist, but
he didn't hurt his wrist. Poyer destroyed his wrist. He had some help on that one.
Right. Roy says Atlanta 24-22. I mean, okay. So let's
30.
Let's go through.
But Bean told him it was going to be 30. Bean told us we averaged 30 points. You better bring that up. Go ahead.
We'll take the last 8 minutes here and just kind of go through what will be your thought if the Bills win this game, and what will be your thought if the Bills lose this game?
If the Bills win this game, I'm thinking the same thing I've been thinking,
which is
we still got work to do.
Okay.
We lose the game, kind of the same, but I think if I lose the game, it would be a more pointed view at who we need to do work with. I don't subscribe to we need to trade for this, we need to trade for that, because last show we did, I told you the system wasn't broken.
Right.
It was, you should have added to it. Instead, you tear it down and do all this new stuff with the same play. You can't break down a limited athleticism defense and say, here, go do everything.
Right.
They fit into a box. This defense only fits into a certain box.
Yep.
We don't have these guys that you can shoot. Bosa's not gonna, they do drop him in coverage, and it's abysmal. It's horrible. But they keep doing it because they have no choice.
Right.
And that's the thing that drives me mad about it. You limit your creativity because you don't have any. And he's showing us right now that they don't have creativity to limit. They just want to run front four, beat your man, back two, try not to get beat, back five, don't fall over your own feet. And Taylor Rapp, keep your hands and feet to yourself. That's what they say.
Right. The idea here, and it's not that it's lack of creativity because it doesn't exist. I think it's a lack of creativity because you're putting guardrails on the entire show. Mm-hmm. When you focus everything around the perception of efficiency, right? Because let's be real, the most efficient plays in the NFL are run plays. Just period, right? Because you're not even taking the chance to throw the ball, which significantly decreases risk.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're talking about efficiency 100%, then you never pass the ball, right? But the Bills don't do that. The Bills are still they're one of the higher percentage running teams, but they're still more of a pass team than a run team.
Right.
So let's not pretend like the Bills don't understand that they have to be able to pass the ball in order to use that as a threat week in and week out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I think what happens here is, again, and I guess we need to keep saying this until, other people start saying it for us. The Bills are trying to meld two minds on offense. They're trying to do what Sean saw happen in Carolina, which was you have an offensive coordinator that kind of runs the whole show, and then you have another passing game coordinator that helps to run the show on offense. They did that in Carolina, right? It wasn't great. It wasn't super effective, right? And part of the reason why it didn't work out is because they struggled to make in-game adjustments. Sound familiar? And now what you're doing is you got a head coach that's trying to enforce a level of run game that is efficient and effective, and trying to meld that with what Joe Brady and Josh Allen want to do, right? Which is why I even asked the question in the first place of, is it possible that Josh is alerting to these longer pass plays because he wants to go down the field? Is it him that's really ruining the flow of the offense with all these adjustments and audibles and stuff that he's doing? You know what I'm saying? We don't know because we don't know what the play call is. But as you just pointed out, he audibles right up there, near the top of any quarterback, playing right now. So if that's the case, there's got to be some consideration for, it's very possible that Brady is in the booth calling these plays up and dialing these things so that the scheme sets other plays up for the second half, and Josh is just out there changing it.
He's like, nah,
no, I'm not doing that. I'm not throwing it underneath. Why do that? They're gonna collapse on that so fast, it's not even funny, right? Stop calling that.
Brady's like,
right.
Right. He looking at his little paper like.
Josh should have known it was cover 3 on that play. Why are we doing this? They're not giving you the over-the-top play, and they're taking away the seam. Just throw it underneath. And Josh is like
nah.
No.
Saw something.
Right. I saw something. That's what it is. I believe in my guys.
Right.
Okay.
We don't. Just throw it
in. Right. I mean, like, all of that takes me back to the thought of, you thought getting rid of Diggs was the answer when really you should have added to Diggs in order to solve your problem.
That's the problem. You they do that with a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's not even just Josh is one, Cook is another.
Yeah.
Hell, Groot, because Billy D said Groot should drop into space. There's nothing I don't think Groot can do decently. He's athletic.
Yeah.
He's athletic. And I think what people don't realize is Groot is not going to do what people think a defensive end does, but he does a hell of a lot of stuff you can build on.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot of stuff you can build on. You have your marquee defensive end. Go get yourself the speed guy. Go get go get your linebackers. And this is the full power we're talking about. So yeah, you're right. If you would have built on Diggs and let him ride off into the sunset, maybe even mentor Khalil Shakir on the field. Because say what you want about this man, his work ethic, his on the field production is bar none. Yes, Dorothy, bar none. But you see a difference even at 32 years old. And they called him a Pink Panther. I don't even care because you can see he made our cornerbacks look like they were moving in slow motion. He made other teams' cornerbacks look. Even now, off an ACL, he's not. Everybody was quick to say he's not the best wide receiver in the country or in the league. So okay, so give me that.
Right.
Give me some. I want that on this team with Khalil Shakir because he can do that.
Right.
Let him do it, please. Yep. I'm tired of seeing these short balls. I'm tired of seeing him be a glorified running back. I just want to see my wide receiver that I know is our number one receiver be the number one.
Yep.
Don't mask him. If he can't be the number one, guess what? We should know that. Get another one.
Yep. Last thing I want to add to that. Did you hear Kurt Warner on the broadcast of the morning game with the Jets?
No.
So the Jets notoriously in this game, at the end of the second half, ran the ball like pretty much every time. Like it was their 2-minute drill. So they were under 2 minutes to go, and I think it was like 2.5 minutes when they got the ball, and they ran the ball to take down a 2-minute warning. And then after that, they ran the ball again, and it got down to like 30 seconds, and they went up to the line, and they just let the clock run out. Right now, this whole entire time, Kurt Warner is like pulling his hair out, bro. He's like, "What? Like, I don't understand why they're not throwing the ball. There should be some sort of sense of urgency. Why they're not throwing the ball? Why are they doing this? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. Like all this stuff. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You have 2.5 minutes. And there's no sense of urgency. You're running the ball with 2 minutes left. What are you? And I think at the time the score was 10-6. Right. So It might have been, it was a close game. It might have been like 10-6 or something like that, right? But the idea here is you don't have to be on the team to know what's going on,
right?
And that to me was a clear example of somebody who played the game and knows what should be done and did it at a high level. Seeing somebody else do it at a level that is ridiculous, right? It's laughable at this point. I don't care how conservative a coach you are. That's a no-no to run the ball under 2 minutes.
Right.
Unless you're inside the 1 yard line. If you're at the half yard line, okay, maybe because you got enough time to get back up and spike the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you need to be throwing the ball, right? So I'm bringing that up to say, when we look at some of the things that any team is doing in the NFL, it is well within reason to question why. And we need to, because a lot of what we're going to see in this game could either be really good or it can be really bad. And here's the thing. Even if the Bills win, if it looks bad, we still need to be asking questions why. And we can't be scared to do that just because they have the job and we don't. I'll leave it there. We got to get out of here. We are getting ready to transition over to Mafia Sports Report channel on YouTube. We are going to be doing a pregame show. Key and I with and Schmitty will be here with us too. We're going to be on with Tommy, and we're going to go right up until 7 o'clock. Okay, so I'm going to end the show here. I'm going to go ahead and play our special closeout music.
And make sure before we go, make sure you go ahead and get that. You know what you got to get. You still got time. What are we waiting on?
Still got
if
it.
You can get to the store, get you some of that Reese's tea. Listen. Don't worry about the deliciousness. Don't worry about it. Just know you need some Reese's tea in your life. Get some now. Don't get yourself a Key Weiser. Don't get yourself a Steve Weiser. Don't get yourself a Bud.
Not a White
Truly,
Claw.
White Claw. I got a couple of those in my trunk.
In the trunk, though.
I got.
You can go grab it for the pregame.
No.
show.
I got. Let that ride. Let that marinate for a minute. But the White Claw is not the same as a Reese's tea.
Not at all.
Head over to the store, get yourself some. If you can't get to the store, order yourself some. You have some for the next game. What are you doing? Go get some. Move along.
Yep. Hey, the joint on Niagara Falls Boulevard, the Delta Sonic on Niagara Falls Boulevard near East Robinson Road is running out. They running out. Like they going quick.
I mean, I might have bought a cup now, joking.
So we're gonna look. We want to win. We won't win if you don't drink that Reeves. Go Bills. Thank you, Mark. All right. We got to get out of here. Join us on Mafia Sports Report on YouTube. Again, Mafia Sports Report on YouTube. Thank you to everybody that was checking us out here today. I'm sorry it was a short show, but we got a lot to get to. So we're going to close out here, and we will see you in about 5 minutes over there. Peace.